Welcome back to Fishing the Midwest. After that tremendous spring action, I wanted to check out the Faribault Lakes area in the fall. Here we go. Jerry Mayhold has fished walleyes and bass in lots of different places. He offered to show me what the fall bite was like in the Faribault area. We returned in mid-October. The trees were in various stages of foliage. Some were still green, some had vivid colors, and some had lost their leaves. The area looked different than it did in our last visit, but the thing that stayed the same were the bass. They continued to eat.
Oh, I don't know what this is, Jerry. See, oh, nice bass. Look at that.
You know, with all those hooks in that crankbait, I just like to use a net.
Sure.
It saves your fingers, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It saves your fingers. You know, they just have all those hooks in there. I like hooks in the fish's mouth, but not in my hand. Huh. Nothing wrong with that. This bald eagle kept a close eye on us as we fished one of his spots. He was trying to protect something. We discovered that we were visiting one of his fishing areas. Well, is it a bass?
It's a bass, yep. I can probably hoist him.
You think so?
Yep.
Okay.
Not a bad little guy.
Was he right up on top there?
He was on top of the bar, and I was banging on it, and he drilled it. Oh, come on, little fella. There we go. Not a bad fish. Find your mother.
Oh, look at him go. What is that? Oh, nice bass. Look at there. Yeah. Oh, he was pulling. Isn't that something? Oh, I like that. Now, Jerry, here in the Faribault area, there are a lot of lakes. What's the mix as far as walleyes, bass, northerns, muskies, that sort of thing? You know, what do the different lakes have?
They've kind of been changing over the years, but as of late they cycle, and right now most of the lakes are literally infested with bass. The walleyes have cycled down a little bit now, and except for there's probably two. But that's the beauty of this area. There's so many lakes that there's always one lake that seems to be holding whatever kind of fish you want. We do have one lake in the area that has muskies. Some of the DNR netted a 54-incher there last summer, and there's quite a good population there. Northern pikes are pretty plentiful in all the lakes. The size has been getting really good around here. The walleyes this summer have been a little bit more elusive.
French, I think, is the musky lake, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, Bob.
Yeah, and I've been on that before. That has a lot of bass. That's, you know, he's a fat fall fish. That's fun when they smack that crankbait. They hit it hard. I like that. We're moving around quite a bit today, fishing a wide variety of areas, and most of them are producing fish. He was up by that dock, Jerry?
Yep, right under the dock, like in the summer. It's a nice fish.
It's what?
It's a nice fish.
They're all nice, aren't they? Have you seen him? Nope. I see him. I see him. Oh, yeah. Look at that guy. Nice bass.
Come on, buddy.
Got him. Good.
Thank you, Lord.
Nice one. You know,
you didn't want to lip that one, Bob, huh?
I don't want to lip any of them with all these crankbaits. Yeah, you know, I've been fishing this area quite a bit, and bass like this, I mean, that's a nice bass anywhere you go. But they're not uncommon here at all, are they?
That's a pretty typical size, actually.
He's got a big mouth. That's why they call them largemouth, right? That's pretty typical size of what, 17?
Pretty typical size, yeah.
Yeah, 17,
As
18.
a matter of fact, if you were to fish a tournament on this lake, if you brought in a limit of those, you probably wouldn't even win.
No kidding.
Little guy. Better than nothing, I guess.
What kind of patterns do you fish in the fall up here, Jerry?
Well, it seems like it's a minnow bite in the fall for these bass. And the other pattern, which isn't helping us today, is on calmer days, the sun will heat up the shore. It beats on the bank, and I go in those areas where it's been baking all day, the water temperature's higher, and those bass seem to stack up in there. You get the right kind of day with that pattern going on, you can catch a lot of fish, and they're generally a little bit bigger than normal too.
We're finding the bass in the shallow, wind-blown areas, and that's kind of common in some situations. When we come back, we'll have more largemouth bass action from the Faribault Lakes area. Welcome back to Fishing the Midwest. The largemouth bass are going on a pretty good bite right now. Let's get back out there.
Oh, bass. Little fella. Come on, honey. Don't want to hurt ya.
What are you using for a bait there, Jerry?
I got one of these flicker sheds on.
I might take it away from you. You're catching it pretty good on that
I'll
thing.
tell you what, these flicker sheds this year, I've never caught more big fish in my life than I have, I think, on this single bait. This color, it's just been phenomenal for walleyes and northern pike, and obviously works on the bass too.
We tried different areas, but found the best spots to be shoreline breaks where the depth dropped off pretty fast. See that guy right there in the break? Let's see if we can catch him. Good one?
Yep.
Is it?
Yep.
I'll get a net.
I gotta spend some more.
Oh,
There he is.
yeah. I can't see him now. There he is.
Ooh, he's all over the
up here.
place.
Wow, he's all over the place. Look at that.
Not happy to be here. Come on, fella.
There.
Thank you.
Look at there. Oh, look where he came off,
nice
too.
and take the hook off.
That's perfect. Go ahead and grab the fish. You did that just right, Jerry. Just
you,
perfect. Lots of them like that in this area.
Yep,
No
that's a typical fish.
Yep. Is it really?
Yep.
Ha. That's
I
a
think
nice
if
one.
we had a little warmer, less winds and stuff today, that we would have caught a lot more.
Catching them
fish
all day like that.
Yep.
Ha.
Not uncommon to catch over 20 in a day.
No. Ha. The only bad thing about fishing is that eventually you have to quit for the day. Just like on our spring trip to Faribault, we had to call it a day before we wanted to. But I guess that's a good thing. It's good that you have to stop before you want to. That means you're having a good time. And with all the things that Faribault has to offer, you're going to have a good time. When we visited Faribault, we stayed at the American Inn in town. American Inns are always a good choice. There are also a good number of resorts in the area if you prefer that sort of lodging. There's a variety of lakes that are home to a variety of fish, and Faribault is close by for a lot of us. As we always say, there are so many fantastic places to go fishing in the Midwest. The Faribault area is just one more place to add to your list of places to visit. Make this the year that you discover the great fishing opportunities and events and destinations around Faribault, Minnesota. Boy, there are so many outstanding fishing opportunities right there in the Faribault Lakes area. Wherever you live in the Midwest, you've got some good fishing opportunities close to home. Be sure to take advantage of it. Hey, for all of us at Fishing the Midwest, thanks for stopping by. Be nice to one another. We'll see you again next time.